So La Liga boss Javier Tebas has accused Man City of trying to circumvent football's financial fair play rules by hiding their costs in affiliated companies. He's had an ongoing issue with Man City for the last couple of years. What have you made of those allegations that he said yesterday?
Well, so I think it's fair to say he's had an issue with City and PSG for many years, and probably dating back all the way to the original UEFA investigations into both of those clubs that were settled in 2014, so more than 10 years ago. Clearly, he's wanted the benefit of the revenue that's generated in the Spanish leagues, revenue and profit, of course, from selling footballers into the British and French markets, but also the flow through that's had on into other clubs. So if you were to take it overall, I mean, you're looking at probably something like 3 billion euros, I would think, has gone into the European game via City and PSG that's filtered through all of the leagues. So there is a possibility that, of course, he is right that the rules that were brought in July of 2023, they're called the FSR rules, that they could give rise to a potential complaint against City and PSG. I mean, you know, the point of the FSR rules were relating to foreign subsidies, and foreign subsidies would capture Middle Eastern companies being involved in European businesses. So that part of it is true. The complaint itself appears to have been made only against PSG, according to La Liga's announcements. So they put out an announcement in August of 2023 saying that they were pursuing a claim or a complaint under the FSR rules that the EU had brought in. It never mentioned City, so I don't know whether it's true or not. And it was all at that time. It was in the press. So this is not a new story. It was also in the press at that time that this could have implications for both City and Newcastle, even beyond the investigation into, or the complaint into PSG. So not new news. Not a new battle that Tebas has got against City. I think he has been warned by City around some of the more libelous statements that he's made about the club and its owners and its management team, in fact. And it was interesting that he didn't make any of these statements yesterday or during his interview under the FT Business Summit that he was present at. He made these comments to the media in the lobby, thereby creating the story without anybody necessarily probing him on stage or having a recording of it. But clearly he's made these comments, and City, I don't think, will be very happy with being accused of being in essence, Enron, the Enron of Europe. So I think City obviously will say, well, it's all nonsense, and look at the accounts. So there's nothing to see here. I suspect that the investigation and the complaint into PSG, and if it was City, I would think that terminated quite some time ago. That the EU has a window in which they can, first of all, start an investigation. I think it's a fairly short window, actually. I think it's something like 25 days, which they can commence an investigation after a complaint is received. And then beyond that, they have then an investigation period that can be extended. But I think it's unlikely that it would have been extended all the way through to 2025, because the complaint was made a long time ago. Now, all of that, I think, is subject to one thing, which is that City do not have a very major setback in the 115 case. I think in the event that the 115 case goes against them, then I think it is possible that matters of this nature can rear their head again and investigations can follow. And I think that's just the nature of the beast. If they are found to be liable under the 115 case, that will have some implications that go beyond the Premier League.